Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another casted game of Age of Empires 4. And we've got a Core versus Isanch game for you today on the map Mountain Clearing. Now, this is a map that I absolutely love. Very controversial one within the community, though. I mean, half the pro players absolutely despise this map. But it's been changed a lot since when it was initially released. I mean, all of the forest has been significantly reduced, so you can actually sort of walk behind the forests now. So it kind of mixes up stuff a little bit. But I personally still love this map, and I liked it the way it was before as well. But a little bit of a bug here on the overlay. Oh, wait, this has been updated. I don't think this was a thing before, but these are the new improved upgrades. I mean, they're not new, but it's new on the overlays. You can see whether the Mongols have got their improved upgrades. That's super cool. Never noticed that. I'm pretty sure that is new within this patch, because I do not remember this being here. But we're at Mountain Clearing. We got Isanch spawning in the north, playing as the Rus. Core spawning in the south, playing as the Mongols. Both of these civilizations very strong on this map. You got the Rus, which can build a Kremlin here. They will have access to the boar, and they'll be able to go for a, well, they like to go for a fast castle into Abbey of Trinity to not only pick up the relics, but also get this sacred site starting to clock down. Only one on the map, sort of like King of the Hill, but you're a lot closer to your base, and the fight is really around the sacred site. But Core going to be going for a tower rush here. We see going into some spearmen. And he's looking to put the pressure onto Isanch. Going to see if he can try and deny away the Kremlin on this sacred site. Because it's going to be hard for him to get down that Kremlin over here with spearmen and towers on the field. But to be honest, Core could even look to just outpost up this sacred site. I don't think that is going to be the case. I think it is better to put the pressure onto your opponent. But maybe an outpost over here could always be nice as well. You know, you're securing up a sacred site, a relic, and a boar. But we see Core's spearman going to be moving in. Where's he going to be going for the tower, though? I mean, you could. It's tricky. This gold is really nice and safe for Isanch. Same for Core. I mean, you're playing as the Mongols. You got your TC right next to that gold, so he's going to be pretty happy. Core just going to be keeping his spearman at the front of the base here. Where's that villager? There's the villager. Going to be moving forward. It looks like he's going to be going around this way. I wonder if he can sneak past it. I mean, if he can get over here, that could be pretty huge. Getting up outposts here could be huge. Isanch is going to be edging up with the Kremlin. Not going to be the Golden Gate. Kremlin's really the landmark we've been seeing. I mean, we've been barely seeing the Golden Gate with the Rus. But Core going to be building the outpost here. Is this going to be in range? It's in range of the town center fire. So this could possibly be in range of the villagers if you grab arrow slits. So Isanch could be in a little bit of trouble here. He's got loads of sheep under there. So you might want to look to just pull some villagers, try and siege this down before it gets up. It's going to be tricky, though. I mean, 4 spearmen here. I mean, to be honest, you probably just go for the villager kill. But Kremlin's going to be coming off Isanch in the back of the base. Going to be able to secure up the wood line here for him. Going to be nice and safe for him. He's also going to get the militia out of that. Militia going to be very handy in case your opponent's on the sacred site and you want to just, you know, all in. Just call a load of militia. And it can also help you later on down the line if you're the one that's got the sacred site. But Outpost was getting sieged down a little bit. We see down to half HP, but does get up. And now Isanch is going to be moving his whole food economy over to this hand side. I don't think it's in range, though. Like, Core doesn't have anything garrisoned inside, so we can't see the radius. There we go. There's the radius. It's not quite in radius of the sheep quite yet. So Isanch could be on these sheep. The question is, does arrow slits change that? We see it does increase the range by +1, and I mean that would be like to here. So it might be in range. It's hard to tell. But nice outpost from Core. Where's he going to be going for a second one? Oh, hello, Core. Where are you going with this? Yeah, you can just move it right the way around. I think he can get past here. From the minimap, at least, it does look like you can fit past. So, yeah, he's going to be going for an outpost there on the gold. This could be some big problems for Isanch. If his gold's completely denied, that could cause some major issues. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? Isanch is going to be tower rushing the Mongols. And we got a load of deer carcasses under this gur right here. So Isanch is going to deny all of this deer away. And that wooden fortress is going to get up. Kor tried to go for an outpost of his own to deny that tower. And Isanch getting a nice villager pick right there. That's absolutely huge for him. And he's just going to continue this wooden fortress spam. What is going on? We need to get this for the thumbnail. Absolutely beautiful. And it looks like Kor's wanting to go for another outpost here just to stop the wooden fortress getting any closer. And we got militia being called in right now. Gonna be taking some hits at the villagers. Kor might be losing one if he's not careful. Does garrison in time though. But it's a nice idle time. That second wooden fortress gets up. Oh my goodness. Kor having to retreat back with that barracks. That Uvu is going to be taken down as well if Kor doesn't have anything to do with this. But at the same time, he's got a tower up over here. So Isanch is going to be denying, or he's going to be denied from that gold. Kor setting up that barracks. Going to be going for another outpost. He's going to be able to get this one up. So he's going to stop the advance of this wooden fortress spam. And Deerstones is going to come through for Kor. Very much delayed compared to Isanch, which means, you know, he can't get any archers out before this time. And that means you can't deal with these wooden fortresses as effectively as you normally would be able to. I think this is a really smart move out of Isanch. I mean, he's facing some troubles himself with these two outposts, which are now grabbing the arrow slits. So yeah, these villagers under here, they might have to be evacuated away. But we've got some units inside of this wooden fortress. Not in range of the villager, though. Just out of range. Maybe Isanch looks to pick up some arrow slits of his own. But we see here, Isanch making use of the wooden fortress. Just going to be mining... Oh, not mining. Chopping some wood. No upgrades coming in for him. What is Kor's response here? I mean, how can he deal with this? I mean, to be honest, they're not... Ooh. Okay, cool. Evacuating once again off of the deer. I mean, Isanch has done quite a lot here. He's denied away the stone. He's denied away the food. I think that's the most important part. But it's still a huge investment for him. So I wonder what his next step here is going to be. Cool. He's expanding his outpost as well. But Isanch is going to respond to that with an archery range. I think he can spot this. I mean, the Kremlin has a huge radius, but he can't because it's behind the wood line. Okay. I think he knows about this one. Yeah, he knows about this outpost. I'm surprised he didn't try to stop that earlier on, to be honest. Maybe he just didn't spot it. But neither player really are doing too much at the moment. We've got arrow slits coming in for Isanch. Arrow slits coming in for Kor. They're basically mirroring each other on both sides right here. The question is, who is it better for? I mean, at the moment, Kor still has his Uvu alive. So he's going to be slowly getting in that stone. And we can see how much he's grabbed from that Uvu. Honestly, if I were Isanch, I may have just sieged this down with my villagers. And you got 8 villagers here. I don't think it would take too long to siege down, and the amount of resources that you could deny Kor from taking it out could be pretty nice. But Isanch is going to be going for more outposts. Kor doing a mass villager pull right here. 19 villagers just going to be sieging down that outpost. Honestly, if I'm Isanch, just cancel and fall back. Yeah, I mean, the amount of idle time that Kor caused right there, or the Isanch caused right there, was pretty huge. Kor going to be responding with an outpost, and Isanch, I think, is just going to be... Okay, is going for another wooden fortress. This wants complete map control right here. Wants full information on what Kor is up to. I mean, you can see the whole base right now, and once this last one comes up, he'll be able to see this little corner as well. Archers coming out from Isanch, looking to try and take out the Khan. And Kor just being pinned in his base right now. But we actually see his macros looking towards that castle age. Is this a mistake, though? I mean, Isanch at the moment, he's producing out of 1 archery range. I mean, I'm surprised we don't see more production down. Maybe like a stables. Because if Kor does look to go for a castle age here and looks to go into maybe men-at-arms or knights. I doubt it would be knights because you're up against the Kremlin. But yeah, here we go. Isanch is going to be going for that stable. Because if Kor looks to go into men-at-arms, Roos has a perfect counter. And that is knights. And Kor is going to be aging up. Isanch knows exactly what's going on. Kor losing another villager there as well. Isanch has quite an economic lead right now. Up by 8 villagers. Pretty huge. Khan looking to be a pain here. Wooden Fortress is going to be firing down on that Khan, though. Stable is going to get up. And I'm sure we'll be seeing knights out of Isanch. But to be honest, maybe if you're Isanch, you look to go for a castle age yourself. But I mean, the macro right now really isn't representing that. We got stone being mined and quite a bit of wood. Are we going for a second town center, or is this just for archers and more arrow slits? I feel like it's just for more arrow slits. Though we've got quite a few villagers. Okay, and yeah, now they're being transitioned off. Isanch now going to be making use of that map control he's gained. Going to be moving out onto the deer. Mass villager transition here onto the deer. Is he going over to the gold? No, he's not. He's currently been pushed off the gold. Where can he gather gold from? I guess he could go over here. But the mass villager transition over to food here is indicating to me a castle age. Unless he's just doing it for the knights. Either way, Court is up to the next stage. He went up with the step right out and going to be moving it over to the gold. Isanch going to be going for some proxy houses here. Wooden fortresses seem to be giving him quite a lot of gold at the moment. I think he's only got... Yeah, he's got one over here. He's got another one over here. Yeah, he's got quite a few of them up, in fact. This is going to be one of the most inefficient hunting cabins I've ever seen. 16 gold a minute. That feels bad. Going to be grabbing horticulture from there. Oh, he's going to go... Okay, scout. Have we got, like, mass scouts coming out? He's already got 2 scouts out over here, so I'm a little bit confused as... Wait, what is going on? Why so many scouts? Isanch, what is going on here? Are you going into professional scouts? I'm a little bit confused as to what Isanch's plan is here. But Core's outpost is going to be going down to that wooden fortress. Let's have a look at Core's perspective, because I doubt he can see that much. Yeah, I mean, his vision right now is really, really restricted. He's still got the outpost up on Isanch's base, but I feel like that could be going down relatively soon. Maybe this is what the scouts are for, just for that sieging power. Core going to be grabbing springwood emplacement on these outposts, as well as wheelbarrow now. Yeah, it's got to be just for to siege down these outposts, right? Because you can just pull back your scouts, and then they can heal up. It's a pretty smart move. That outpost is going to be going down. And we got a first traction trebuchet out of Core. So he's looking to start to take down these wooden fortresses. But we got so many up. We got 5 up at the moment. And Isanch is going to be shortly able to age up behind this. We see he's got 200 gold a minute right now from just these hunting cabins. And I'm sure as soon as he's able to access this this massive gold... Oh, actually, never mind. He's over here. So he's going to be able to age up relatively soon. Now, it's got to be the Abbey of the Trinity, right? I mean, you want to get out that warrior monk as quickly as you can to start to secure up the sacred site as well as the relics. The traction trebuchet taking some time here. You got to remember that the Roost wooden fortresses, they already have the they've got the equivalent of the fortified upgrade on all of them. So it takes quite a few shots to get these guys taken out. 2000 HP on them, so Court is having to invest into 2 traction trebuchets. And the HF going to be coming through from Isanch, and it's going to be the high trade house in quite a peculiar position right here. I mean, that's not the greatest of spots, if I'll be honest. I mean, your best spot will probably be at the back. I mean, this is a great spot for a high trade house. Does Isanch? He knows about it. This would be such a good spot. I mean, yeah, of course here, but that one villager ain't going to be stopping a lot. This spot right here, I want to know what this spot would have been, because I reckon that would have been quite a few hundred gold. But Isanch now looking to make use of the boar. Going to be moving 14 villagers out there. I hope he knows that only 8 can gather from a boar. But those 3 traction trebuchets out of Core really starting to make some work. He's down 2 wooden fortresses. A villager going to get taken out here. In fact, I think Isanch just lost quite a few villagers here. Just trying to keep these wooden fortresses alive. Losing a few of them to the Khan, it seems. The Khan just does so much damage. I mean, this unit is so stupid. I remember when this was, like, the most busted unit in the game. Yeah, Isanch is going to be losing yet another villager. He just gives up. He's like, nah, that villager ain't making it home. Another wooden fortress is going to be going down for Isanch, but he's bought himself a lot of time. And with that high trade house being up, he's in the castle age. Hasn't dropped down a monastery yet. This is a peculiar game plan out of Isanch. He's sort of just thrown away the lead he's had. Like, sure, you've made core invest into 3 traction trebuchets, but he's going to be using that on you soon. I mean, you've got so much proxy stuff over to the north here. You got 3 hunting cabins. You got a barracks. You got more wooden fortresses. And core's looking in a pretty decent position. I feel like Isanch hasn't really bought much from this tower rush that he's put onto core. And there we go. That last wooden fortress is going to get taken out. Core takes the villager lead. Just by 1. Not a huge amount. Khan trying to snipe out that scout. Does in fact get it. Might be losing the Khan himself though. Core just being so sneaky right there. That such a feels bad. That poor scout. Hunting cabin are gonna get taken out of there for Isanch. So his outposts doing some work. High trade house bringing 156 gold a minute. Not the best. Definitely could have been better, especially in this position. But you know that's still 2 relics. That's not bad. But Isanch really needs to get down a monastery so he can pick up these relics. I mean, you got 3 free relics just sitting here, as well as a sacred site, which you really do want to start to be gathering up. And a boar here, just sitting here. I mean, I'm surprised Isanch... Yeah, he's prioritizing berries over the boar. This is kind of peculiar. But core just going to be sitting in the base. 2 mangonels out for him. Going very, very heavy onto siege right here. Going to be adding in springalds as well as double producing spearmen, getting the veterancy upgrades in. Relic's going to start to come in for core. Looks like he's going to be able to get himself 2 of those. May even be able to get the 3rd one if Isanch isn't paying attention to this position. Let's have a look at his vision on the map. Yeah, so he should be able to keep an eye on this one, especially with the amount of scouts that he's invested into. How's this going to get taken out? Isanch not making... maybe not the best decision here, going for proxy houses. Sometimes when you feel under pressure, you just want to, you know, and your pop caps, you just want to drop down houses wherever, but it can bite you in the back later on. And Isanch is still on the only 2 production buildings. I take that back. He's actually dropped some more over here. Just going into heavy knights and archers, it seems. He's also got the Kremlin. You got to remember, this could be game changing right here. You just got to remember, as long as you've got enough population cap and enough food, you could just spam these out. I mean, that's what, 38? No, I'm bad at maths. How is that 38? You get 24 militia out of this, and that's pretty huge. I mean, and with the composition that Core's going for at the moment with heavy siege, just getting a full surround on the siege with militia could be huge, because militia are better than the spearmen that Core has. And with the composition you got here as well, focusing down the spears and then trying to get in a nice wraparound with your knights could be pretty huge. And oh my god, Isanch going to be losing some more villagers. He is on 2 town centers, so he's starting to make up for the lead that Core had. But now setting on an even amount. Unfortunately, he does lose 2 of those villagers. But Core just massing up spears, adding in some knights as well. Maybe to just to get a nice wraparound onto those archers. But here we see the militia coming out of Isanch. He's going to be moving in. Core did get some nice mangonel shots onto the militia, but not a lot of damage being done onto them. Nice shots there onto the archers. Isanch needs to get a wraparound. He's committing all of these units, but just not getting any value. He's just going to be retreating back. He takes a couple shots to the face and just going to be sacrificing all of those militia. Did he call all the tickets? He didn't. He only called half of them. Interesting choice. I mean, I feel like that was a little bit of a blunder right there. Isanch, I feel like needed to just call all of them. You know, you call all of them and you try and get a full surround in. Or you go in with your army to Core's army and you let the militia on the back line deal with all of this. This is 38 eco right here. Not all of them can fit inside the outposts and the town centers. And militia have great siege anyway, so they could look to take down these outposts. And Walolo going to be coming in from core as he steals that third relic. Isanch hasn't produced a single Warrior Monk this game to pick up the relics or the sacred sites. So 3 relics is going to be in for core. He's going to have that sacred site. Surprised he doesn't keep the shaman here to just to cap that, to start to get that sacred site time rolling. But in this position, I really feel like Isanch had a great opportunity there. I mean, you could have even used half of the militia in with the fight on Core's army, and then use the other half to go around the back into the economy. Because there's no way that you know, Town Center Fire can deal with this against 24 militia without taking heavy losses of villagers. But Core looking in such a good position now. I mean, after that throw from Isanch, he's up to 4 mangonels. He's got some springlords out, and he's got the traction trebuchets, and we see here he's securing up the sacred site. But to be honest, I think he could be able to just push into Isanch's base. Isanch is going to have to take a very, very good fight to deal with this. But I mean, it's possible. We've seen Core many times just take the worst fight he possibly can and lose the game when he's in such a great position. We've seen it many times before. And so anything is possible with Core. But I mean, in this position, it's looking harder and harder. The springing emplacements through on these outposts. Isanch doesn't have any siege down to deal with this. Going to be dropping down that siege workshop now. But it's feeling a little bit late. Isanch isn't even keeping up with the villager lead. Core on 1 town center compared to the 2 for Isanch. And, you know, even if Isanch does have a bit of a villager lead, we got 3 relics in as well as a sacred site for Core. And you gotta remember, you got like the step redoubt in here. So, you know, that's an extra, you know, you gotta equate for the extra resources gathered from that. And Core just getting off some nice raids here. You know, picking up another villager. 9 villagers idled inside of that town center. Isanch trying to react here with his knights. Mangonel's going to be able to get off some shots. And we got mass siege coming out by Isanch now. But I mean, he just doesn't have a lot of he doesn't have a big mass. Sure, he's got a nice mass of knights here, but I don't think knights are going to be doing too well up against 31 pikey boys. Nice mangonel shots coming off as well. I mean, despite mangonels doing barely any damage against knights, when you got 4 of them hit, 5 of them, they can still do some pretty crazy damage. Two springlords out for Isanch, but I mean, we've already got 2 for Core here. So even if they trade even, Core is going to have the advantage because he still have the mangonels alive. How many mangonels has he got? 7 mangonels. I mean, he should be able to start to one-shot knights with this number of mangonels. Nice shots coming out from Core right there. Taking out both springlords, keeping one of them alive of his own. The mass mangonels right now, it's absolutely crazy. Trebuchets on the backlines, taking out the production on the left-hand side. Then we'll be focusing down the town center. Knights trying to run in here. And there it is. GG gets called. Isanch, unfortunately, is going to be tapping out. He looked so strong in the beginning with the tower rush onto Core. I mean, that's not something we see very often. Rus tower rushing the Mongols. But there it is. Core is going to be taking the win. If you did enjoy this, please do feel free to leave a like. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.